Welcome to Trade Pro. In this video, I'm going to test this simple 1-minute scalping strategy 100 times in a row so you guys can see how it performs over a series of trades. This strategy uses 3 exponential moving averages and the Williams Fractal indicator. So I'll show a few examples of the strategy playing out, then get into the 100 tests and show all the results at the end of the video. But I do want to caution you guys that the 1-minute time frame is extremely difficult to trade, especially due to fees and spreads. So I definitely recommend going up to a higher time frame and using the concept of this strategy but on a much higher time frame. So it's going to be really hard to survive fees and spreads with a strategy on the 1-minute time frame, no matter what the strategy is. But that's not to say the concept of this strategy is bad. The concept is good. Another thing I want to mention is with the 100 tests, I'm counting every single trade that you can take. So I'm not filtering out signals where it's clearly in a ranging or choppy period. So in reality, you can definitely optimize this strategy and get better results. So I definitely would recommend testing different things out, trying to stay out of the choppy ranges. But for this testing purpose, I don't want to have a bias, so I'm going to be counting every single trade that could possibly be taken, just to be fair with the test. But definitely you can improve it and get much better results in reality and bring up the higher time frame, and you're also going to instantly get better results just because of the market. You know, the market's behavior is a bit better the higher you go on the time frames, less choppiness, less likelihood of getting stopped out by rogue wicks. So definitely would recommend staying on that higher time frame. I think I've said it enough now, so let's get into a few examples and the testing. Okay, so how the strategy works is you have 3 exponential moving averages, a 20 EMA, a 50 EMA, and a 100 EMA. What you need to see for a long position is the 20 is over the 50 and the 50 is over the 100. For a short, you're looking for the 20 to be below the 50 and the 50 to be below the 100. You're next going to wait for price to pull back into the EMAs. So in this example, we see price come up here. We wait for it to pull into the EMAs here, and then we wait for a Williams Fractal signal as it gets right here. The entry candle is going to be right here. So if we put this on the bar replay feature, you're going to see where it actually appears. So let's take a look here and zoom in. If we go through and wait for the Williams Fractal indicator to give us a long signal, it's right here on this candle. So this is our entry candle. The stop loss in this case is going to go below the 100 EMA. And if price pulls back but never goes below the 50 EMA, you're going to use the 50 EMA as your stop loss. And you're going to target 1.5 times the risk. So let's play it out here. So this one obviously is good. And one thing I also want to mention is if signals occur like this, where the trade is currently open, then I'm not going to be counting signals for the 100 testing purpose. I'm not going to be counting a signal that happens while a trade is already opened, okay? Because in reality, you're not going to be entering trades that happen while you're already in a position. So let's take this signal now. So this is the next one that we could take. We just got a long signal on this green candle here. And in this example, stop loss goes below the 50 EMA because price pulled back into the 20, but it never came below or touched the 50 EMA. So targeting 1.5 times the risk here. And let's play it out. And as you see, we get another signal right here to go long, but we're not entering that one because price, you know, we're already in a trade and we're not going to enter another position because of this long signal. So this one, of course, obviously was a winner as well. And you should be able to understand the concept of this strategy by now. We're just looking for pullbacks into the EMAs and then to get a long signal for long trades on the Williams Fractal indicator. So 20, 50, and 100 exponential moving averages, then the Williams Fractal indicator, which has the input set to 2. And that is default. I changed the colors here to green and red. Doesn't really make a difference. But anyway, that is the strategy that I will be testing and how I'm going to be testing it, so you guys have an idea of what I'm actually doing. And again, I'm taking every single signal. So even if we zoom out and there's a really choppy period, we're still going to be taking the trades. Obviously, these ones are nice because we get a nice impulsive move followed by sideways consolidation. So you can use market structure, you can use chart patterns in conjunction with this strategy if you want to get some better results. But again, for this test, I'm just going to be taking every signal that meets the criteria to be fair with it. All right, so time to get into the 100 tests. Let's go. All right, the results are in after the 100 tests on Bitcoin's 1 minute time frame using a 1 to 1.5 risk to reward ratio. It took 3 days of price data for those 100 trades, and there were 50 winners and 50 losses. The most wins in a row was 5, and the most losses in a row was also 5. Gain on the account, 25%. So pretty decent average strategy. It's on the 1 minute time frame, so of course you're going to have issues with fees and or spreads. So I definitely never recommend anyone trade on the 1 minute time frame, but this was highly requested and this is what people wanted to see. So I provide what the people want to see when I get requests, especially from Patreon members who are paying to, get certain content. And so I provide. And what I would say is the concept isn't all that bad. It's just the 1 minute time frame part. So I personally would not want to trade something like this on the 1 minute time frame, but I would be happy to trade it on a 15 or even a 5 or 30 hourly, 4 hour, something like that, where you're not going to have to worry about the spreads and there's not so much danger of just sudden market choppiness and spikes. Price just doesn't behave as well on the 1 minute chart. That's just the reality of it. So anyway, let's get onto the spreadsheet and compare. All right, here it is on the spreadsheet, falling at spot number 39 out of 61 strategies tested so far on the channel. And who can complain about 25% gain on the account in 3 days? But anyway, I definitely recommend bringing it up to a higher time frame so you don't have to worry about fees and spreads. And keep in mind that with this test, I'm counting every single trade signal that meets the criteria and not filtering for ranging periods and such. So in reality, you could definitely wait for better signals and make sure that price has broken out of a choppy range and then wait for a pullback. That way you can just get some better results, make sure that you're not going to be entering in an obviously ranging choppy period where the trades are much more likely to be losses. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the strategy. Definitely recommend, as I said, higher time frame, optimize it, filter out some of the bad trades in the ranges, and I think you have a good concept to work with. So thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate you all. Have a fantastic day.